Okay, guys. I know everybody's familiar with the Rapala. It's probably one of the most famous lures out there. And I know a lot of you guys, me included, you'll be casting underneath the bridge or something, and you'll break that lip off, that lip right there. And a lot of times you think, okay, the lure's finished. But as a kid, through necessity, Rapalas were too expensive, so I had to repair them. Now, as I got older, I liked repairing them because it was a lot of fun. And let me just show you how simple it is. What you want to do is uh, take the remaining pieces of the lip out. And you'll see the grooves there. Now, for plastic, I know you guys when you buy tackle boxes and stuff, you get those dividers. Now you can either have the clear divider or something similar to this, and there's hundreds of them. I know you guys have probably got them laying around the house like crazy. And all you're going to do, you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to trace a lip from a Rapala. Okay. What you're going to do is you come down, you make that indentation there. That's where it's going to go around by the actually hook to the lure. And this is after you cut it out. This is what it's going to look like. Pretty simple, right? Really resembles that. Now all you need to do, I'll show you how simple it is. This is going to fit right in there, just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some, you can either use crazy glue or you can use this Gorilla Glue. And you know what, guys, that's all they do now. They do the same thing, different type of cement they use, but and you're just going to put a little bit in there. Just a little bit. Okay. Then you're going to take the piece of plastic that you made. This is the lip. Hold it there for a few minutes. Now you guys know how expensive these Rapalas are. And when I was a kid, boy, I used to have to shovel a lot of snow or do something to get enough money to buy one Rapala. Like I said, now I do it mostly for fun. And you can, after you play around with that, you're going to see how you can determine the wobble that you want or how deep it is that you want it to run. It's much easier if you're working with a countdown Rapala instead of one that dives. The lip doesn't have to be as specific. Again, this is what I'm using. Is the dividers that you get with the tackle boxes that you buy. Now you can use any type of plastic that you want, and to make it a little bit easier to work with, you can leave them out in the sun, just like you're doing an upholstery on a hot rod. You can leave it out in the sun a little bit, makes it a little bit more pliable. Something like this, you could probably even boil, depending on what type of plastic it is, make it a little more pliable. And simple tool, just what I'm using. I cut that out with just this simple tool. You can use a real thin knife. And one of the tips I want to tell you, make that inside. Let's see here. Make that inside, the inside notch, make that first. Right there. Because if you don't, if you cut all this out and then you go to make the inside notch, these sides will break. So make the inside notch first and put this in a vise. Put this thing in a vise. It makes it a lot easier. Then, after you cut this out, you can use sandpaper. Sandpaper really shapes these things up really good. And here's what I really like too, a real lot about it. Take a Sharpie, and you can color that lip any color you want. Of course, we all know how fish like the red. Anyway, I'll just scribble on here just to give you an idea. So I'm gonna, after this sets a little while, I'm gonna make this nice and red just like they had in the front. I'm gonna make this nice and red. And on a follow-up video, I've got about 3 or 4 of these that I have already repaired. I'll take it down and I'll show you guys how you can determine how you want this thing to wobble. So it's pretty simple. Don't throw those Rapalas away just because you cast it and it hit a bridge or hit some rocks and you broke that lip off. I know a lot of you guys throw them away. It's super simple and it's fun. You know, that's the main thing. It's fun because you're adding your own little touch to that lure on how it's gonna react in the water. Okay, I'll give you a follow-up video and I'll show you guys how some of them run in the water. Thank you.